Peace. Peace, family. Peace, peace. Planet Weird Season 2, Episode 19, baby. Yes, sir. Shay Shine 7, peace, queen. Peace, peace. Welcome. I'm excited for the night. Peace. Well, hey, I had to come inside. It's freezing outside. Hopefully you can still hear the crickets, though. Open that up, still give y'all the cricket feel. That nature. Peace, Shay Signs. How you doing? Peace, peace. Let me get some music going. LaWanda, peace, queen. Welcome, welcome. Peace, peace. Hey, LaWanda, I had to come inside. It's cold. It's cold outside. I got the patio door open, though, so that way we can still get the nature feel. How you doing, LaWanda? Peace. I look forward to our connection tomorrow. Peace, peace. Dr. Danielle White, peace, queen. Welcome, welcome. Third Eye Dementia, peace, peace. Welcome, welcome. Legacy WVR, peace, God. Welcome, welcome. I know that's right, LaWanda. Yeah, it got cold. Let me cleanse the space real quick. You know we got to clean the space. Mom, peace, peace. Welcome, Mom. Wifey, peace, queen. Peace, peace. Welcome. All right, so Dr. Mincy, just to let you know what we do is for about 10 minutes, we welcome the family here. Give them a chance to get here, give them a good 10 minutes, and then we get started around 9-10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So once that time hits, I will invite you and bring you in. I saw your request. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you. Rastafarian Monk, peace, goddess, peace, welcome. Shift happens, peace, peace, peace. Welcome. I'm excited for the night, baby. This is Planet Weird Season 2, Episode 19, Part 1. It's going down tonight. Y'all hip to that Oshun? Peace, queen. How you doing? Shift happens. Peace, peace. Got to cleanse the space for the queen to come on and share some pertinent information. So if I were you, I would definitely grab a pen and paper. Blessings, blessings, queen. Blessings. Thank you. Toledo. Welcome, King. Peace. Welcome, welcome. Be mindful of the power outage is playing on this island at 10. Is that right? So what time is it there? Dr. Mincy, let me know what time it is there. Hey, Toledo, this is Oshun right here, bro. I want you to go YouTube Oshun and get hit, bro, because they bring that noise. I'm good. I see y'all are doing well. Happy for y'all. I appreciate you, queen. I'm excited. I'm so excited for you and your blessings, no doubt. I saw you do what you do. Being powerful, no doubt. Yeah, Toledo, check them out. 12 hours ahead of Eastern. Okay. Pop up 56. Welcome, queen. Welcome. Peace, peace. You know we just cleansing the space. Hey, real quick. While we're waiting, we got, let me see what time it is. We got 9:04, so we got 6 minutes. But while we're waiting for the rest of the family to get here, what book are you guys reading? Show me what book you guys are reading. This is what I'm reading right now. I would encourage each and every one of you to grab this book. It's our late great ancestor now, Lael Africa, Dr. Africa. Look him up on YouTube as well, too. But this book right here will change your life. I promise you. Make sure you go grab that book. Show me some books you guys are reading. What book are you guys reading? Type your books down there for me. See what's going on. We're going to get this book club started real soon. Boss Lady Red, welcome, queen. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome. Hey, Boss Lady Red, I'm just asking the family right now, what book are they reading? If you reading a book right now you think that'll bring some value to the family, type it in for me. This is the book I was showing. I said everybody should get. Dr. Lala Africa. You got to get this book right here. Definitely take a look at this book. Show me what books you guys are reading while we're waiting for the rest of the family to get here. Sierra Marie, Peace Queen, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. The seed of the soul and harnessing the healing power of fruit. Okay, 3 Angelica chick. I got it. Okay. The seed of the soul, and I might have to take a look at that. Rereading several books about the power of the mind. Charles Handel, Joseph Bennett, Florence Scovel Sharon are some of the authors. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a look at some of these. Yeah, we're gonna get the book club going real good real soon. Welcome, family. Peace, peace. I'm excited for the night. Get a chance to introduce you guys to my bonus mom. Nationality, birthrights, jurisprudence is by Vandel El Amin. Okay. AC007, welcome, Queen. Peace, peace. Hey, Rastafari Monk, tell God's Wrist to get here like right now. He wants this information, trust me. Tell God's Wrist to get here right now. Unless he's busy. If he's busy, it's all good. He can go see it on YouTube or on the rerun on IGTV. Hey, y'all got to go check that Oshun out. After holistic health, Yoruba religious concepts, quantum healing. Okay, Sierra May, that sounds interesting right there. The Seed is the Soul, Gary Zukov, Harnessing the Healing Power of Fruit by Roger C. Wren. Nice. What you talking about, Pop-Up 56, Think and Grow Rich, and Unwounded, Unlocking the Universe Uterus. Dope. Okay. I'm definitely going to have to check out some of these books. I sent him the live already. Look, I see you. Okay, I see you, Rastafari Monk. I know how you get down. My bad. I know you on it. Peace and welcome, family. Peace and blessings. The Power of Now, Shayshawn 7. Okay. Sativa, Peace Queen. Welcome. So, Sativa, while you just now joining us, we got about 2 minutes before we get started. God's Wrist to the front desk. Sativa, while we got a couple minutes, we just sharing what books we're reading right now. I was telling the family to make sure they get this here because it'll change your life.
The Aran Chair.
It'll change your thinking for sure.
Available in hundreds of custom premium fabrics and trims.
She said, God's Wrist, get here now. Hey, I think he'll be here after that. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Tasha, what's going on, Queen? Peace. Welcome. What book are you reading, Rastafarian Monk? Tasha, you can share too. What book are you reading? I'm having everybody share what book they're reading so the family can get some new ideas. It's always good to get some great information, great new information. Peace, Queen. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. Oshun. All right, we got about 1 minute. Get a family a chance to get here. Peace and welcome. Peace. It's on Amazon. Okay, Lawanda. Hey, I'm excited for the night. We're going to get started in about, Dr. Africa, for sure. Yeah, no doubt. Maternity and newborn care. Why you laugh? Hey, that's some good information. That's some pertinent information to know. That's some great information to know. I say he's still burning. I'm starting on the Celestian prophecy, trying to find the awakening of the master feminine and masculine. Oh, the book we were talking about on the Tantra episode? That's my man Gazra. Is that the book that he was sharing? Powernomics by Dr. Clyde Anderson. That's a good one, Rastafari Monk. That's fire. And nursing textbooks. All right, we're ready to get started here. Yeah, we got 9:10. Give me 1 second. All right. There we go. Kassan, peace, King. Welcome. Just in time, right before we get started. So, welcome everybody. Peace and blessings. I want to thank all of you guys for sharing your amazing energy with us tonight. Once again, my name is Leon Wiz White, and you are now taking a look at Planet Wiz. Today is actually season 2, episode 19. So we're moving right along, and I'm just flat out excited about what's going on here with this platform and the amazing. I'm actually grateful for the amazing response that I'm getting from you guys and how the platform is growing and everybody is connecting and doing things, doing business amongst each other, networking and just sharing things with each other, bartering, doing all type of things. That's what the vision I had. That was one of the things that I definitely wanted to take place here, because it's time for us to get back to how our ancestors were, when our ancestors used to use the barter system, when our ancestors used to just be amongst each other and spend money amongst each other and things like that. So I'm excited that we're actually starting to implement some of those things, and not even just here in Cincinnati, but even around the country for the other individuals that are tapping in from out of the state. And transitioning into that, I'm so excited because our guest speaker tonight, which is, like I told you guys earlier, is my bonus mom. And the reason I call her my bonus mom is because she was married to my dad for several years, and I have a little brother and a little sister from that marriage. So excited to have her on tonight, and I respect her so much. I just can't wait for her to come here. She's on the other side of the country right now. I'm not going to share her location. If she wants to share that, she can do that. I don't want to steal her thunder on that, but I just want you to know before I bring you on that I'm so excited to have you on here, Dr. Danielle Mincy. And you showed me a lot. What's crazy, now I'm gonna wait till I bring you on and talk to you about that. Give me 1 second as I bring our guest speaker on. All right, Dr. Danielle Mincy, you should be here in about 3, 2, 1. Peace.
Peace, my bonus son. I'm so
How you
proud
doing?
of you. I'm good. I'm so proud of you.
Hey, I'm grateful. I'm telling you, I'm grateful. But look, real quick, I got to share this story because I was just thinking about some of the things you used to show me and share with me, and just things I used to just see you do in your everyday living and existence. And I'm going to be honest, and probably like most people, or kids, I should say, because we're conditioned to think a certain way, and our pineal glands are calcified and all of that above. You know where I'm going with that. But I used to look at stuff you used to do, and I used to think you were so weird. So weird. And look, but now, things come full circle, and I'm looking now like, damn, she was just walking her journey. Like, it makes sense what she was doing now. But
Yeah.
that just goes to show you, where I've come and where I've grown and elevated and evolved. And I just want to thank you for some of those lessons and things you used to share with me, and just kind of lead by example and shine light, even though I didn't understand then. But I just want to let you know I understand now.
Well, and that is a great segue, because I was thinking earlier today about, wow, I knew everybody thought I was weird, okay? But like you said, I couldn't help but be myself. So to see you now, and you're talking about reading. Do you remember when I had you reading a book a week and I made you do a book report for me?
I used to hate it.
And then when you tried to go in the inside cover of the book and copy and then turn that into me, and I was like, look, you are not smarter than me, okay? So now to see you saying, what books are you reading, and showing the books that you're reading, that lets me know that regardless of what the initial reaction was, it stuck. It stuck with you. I mean, remember, I used to make you go to the library with me, okay? And so that leads me to the whole aspect. I looked at some of the books, and those were some of the books. I saw someone saying that they're reading the Celestine Prophecy. And this leads me to this. If nobody gets anything from, the short time that I'm going to be here, because I don't know how long my power is going to be. I'm on an island in Southeast Asia. It's Gili Air Island. From the bigger island of Lombok, I'm in between Lombok and Bali in Indonesia. So I'm 12 hours ahead, Eastern Standard Time. So whatever time it is over there on that side of the planet, it's Wednesday morning here. So, but what I wanted to say is that reading is powerful. We know that reading is powerful, because if reading and the application And that's the second part. Reading is powerful, but the power is in the application of what you read. If it resonates with you, then apply it. And I am sitting here today as a result of applying what I read. However, even that is a journey. Because what we want to do is we want to sit within where we are, read the information, and then have our outer circumstances change. That's not going to happen. Okay? That's not going to happen. You got to go beyond trying to fix what is already around you to stepping out and doing something different. You have to step out and do something different. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about the neuroscience, the science of the mind and schooling. Because let's be honest, schooling is programming.
Facts.
Okay? Schooling is programming. And if we look at the history of schooling, going all the way back to Horace Mann, who is considered the father of modern education, if we go all the way back to Horace Mann, then we realize that the intention of schooling is to create productive citizens. And a productive citizen in today's society, as it was then, is an obedient citizen.
Facts.
Okay, so you go all the way back to when you think about your summer reading lists. I don't even know if they give summer reading lists anymore. But summer reading lists that schools would give to kids, okay, you have to read these books, say 5 out of 20 books over the summer, and then do a report. That's your first assignment when you would go back to school. Well, one of the things that I realized when you all were coming up with Dana, Destiny, and Quentin, okay, when my three were growing up, it was a matter of I looked at the books and I said, these are not books where they see themselves. So then we were in Virginia. I compiled my own list of what I considered Black literature, classic Black literature. I submitted that to the school district and I said, these are the books that my children are reading. And of course, I followed it up with research because research says children are more likely to read when they can identify with what they're reading. Okay, so, and that goes all the way back to even the testing, the standardized tests, some of the tests that they would give in elementary school, okay? I can remember Destiny was like maybe second grade, first or second grade, and they wanted to test her on some pictures, and it was like of a woman, you know, of course the pictures are in black and white, and it's of a cape, and she's supposed to look at that picture and know it was a cape. So I sent back a note to the teacher and I said, actually to the principal. I said, my daughter is not taking this test because these are not images that she sees in her everyday life. So You're not going to track her. You're not going to keep any documentation on her based off of images that are not part of her environment, nor are they part of the current environment. People don't walk around in capes. Okay? So, again, about schooling. I spent 16 years in higher education. So I got the result of K through 12. And I must admit, there were certain, and this is not a knock, some people do really well with Montessori. But what I realized is that a lot of the kids who came to college who had gone through Montessori, because Montessori teaches, you know, the whole open mind and questioning and all of that. I'm not saying that you don't have a right to question, but what I am saying is there are teachable moments with understanding the power, okay?
I agree with
because, okay, most of the time, I only taught at one HBCU in my entire career, so most times I would be the only Black face in the room teaching at a university. And I was teaching sport management. So I would have these young white guys coming into my classroom and automatically assuming, number one, I'm a woman. What do I know about sports? Number two, she's Black. Is she credible? So I would have to give them my pedigree. The Ohio State University, Xavier University, Florida State University, PhD. And I would actually say, what you got? Because I'm the power in this classroom. Nobody else is going to tell you that, but that is the fact.
The funny thing is, I remember you doing a lot of those type of things. So I'm sitting here replaying it in my mind, cracking up. But go ahead.
Remember when I would wear an Afro wig the first day of the semester and had that gold tooth I put in my head and went to George Mason University the first day of classes? And would
Yeah.
stand up there and go over the syllabus with flashing that gold tooth with the Afro wig and the big hoop earrings. And then I turn around and literally they're like holding their breath the whole time. And I turn around and I pop out the gold tooth and I said, now who can tell me what I just said?
Destiny said, oh my God, that gold too.
Okay? Because I believe that students, regardless of whether they're kindergartners, all the way up through grad school, students engage with who they can relate to. Yes, I went to your games with it, okay? Your brother has already told the audience that I was weird, okay? You came in late.
I thought
speaking
you
to
were.
your
I
sister.
thought you were weird. Now I realize now you weren't, because now I had an understanding.
You probably had to clean out that juicer a few times too, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was juicing, long time ago. All right.
Oh yeah.
So one of the things that I realized in my time in China, okay, last school year in China, is Chinese students, everybody knows, statistically, they are out of the roof when it comes to math, okay? But what I recognize is that the reason why they're so good at math is because they are taught the repetition. And with repetition, gets down into your brain. So whatever we repeat, that creates a new neural pathway, meaning like creating a new highway in the brain. So when we talk about our energy, our emotions, and that notion of, oh, that's just the way I am, when someone says that's just the way they are, that's a lie.
Man.
That's who they are choosing to be in a moment that they have habitually experienced because of how they think. Okay? Again, I sit here today in Southeast Asia. 13 years ago, I completely started my whole life again. 2007, I completely started my whole life again. And I had to do so, I did so rather, with the intention that the way of thinking that had me in a difficult situation was my responsibility to change. I didn't know how I was going to change it, but I did know that it was my thinking that got me there. I created that environment. That's a hard pill to swallow. Because when you can't look outside of yourself and blame other people for what happened to you, and then you have to say, oh my gosh, I keep magnetizing, I can change, I can go to different places, but I'm taking myself with me. So that's the reason why we keep recycling experiences. Look at it today, and I don't know how many times I have to post this, and I really don't, and really I'm at this point now where I don't even want to post it anymore, because I realize when I post certain things, I'm actually contributing to that situation.
I read your post.
Okay? For example, the election coming up. For every post that someone posts about the current administration, and because I know the power of words, I will not speak that name. But for every post, even if it's negative, that is a vote for that current administration to remain. Now, quantum physics has demonstrated through science that it only takes 1% of a total population to turn their attention away from in order for there to be a change. We don't have to wake everyone up. Besides, okay, you're a night owl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me, I was always up at 4:30 in the morning getting my workout in.
Right.
So how responsible am I and how respectful am I of your body clock if I wake you up at 4:30 when your body clock operates better at night? It doesn't matter if you thought I was weird back when you were 13 through 20 something years old. Now, in the present moment, you're living your truth, not because I did kind of force you to do some things, but you didn't have a choice, okay? I was putting seeds that I was like, because you know me, I'm the mom that was like, look, y'all gonna get this education, because at a certain age, I'm gonna be living somewhere else.
As we can
And
see.
that's fact,
That's
okay?
big fact.
And
That's
that
big
is fact.
Big fact.
That is fact, okay? So that's what I'm talking about. Okay, children are now being schooled hybrid. Some go to school 1 week and then they go home, and then another one come the next week, and now you got virtual learning. So instead of us complaining about that, assume responsibility for really schooling our children about the power of their minds and their words. 2 years ago, I did a pilot project at Winton Woods Middle School, and I was working with remedial students in math, okay? Now, using research, you always use what is considered the Bible of that, of that particular sector. Right. So right now, it's Common Core standards. I looked through those Common Core standards, especially for math, and one of the strands that they have in there for competency is productive disposition. Productive disposition actually means your attitude towards learning, if you believe that you can learn, and if you believe that if you put in the effort to learn, that you will have success. Now, what I found so interesting about that research about productive disposition is that when you looked at the other 7 strands of proficiency, they had all this words, this is how you'll do this, this is how you'll do this, this is how you'll do this. But when it came to productive disposition, zilch, nada. And I'm looking at the other strands and I'm saying, well, if you don't have the belief that you can learn and that you can, with your attitude towards it, that you will learn, the rest of that stuff goes out the window.
Yep.
So what did I do? I introduced mindfulness techniques in the classroom. 4 weeks. Was it 4 weeks? Yeah. 4 weeks, 4 different techniques. And guess what happened? Students' grades improved, and in my time as a substitute teacher in some of the worst schools in Cincinnati, I've never written a referral. Never. Okay? And I had some kids that, literally, my attitude, I just look at the kid like, and I would ask them, I would say to them rather, take a good look at me. Do I look like I'm your mother? Because I don't play with other people's kids. And I'd my look, and they would know. I don't think I'm going to play with her. She might be crazy. And of course, word got around. Don't mess with Dr. D. She crazy. Okay? See,
say
balance,
right?
Yes. Okay. And the consistency of the message. We have to be consistent because now the state of Ohio, actually nationwide, social and emotional learning standards have been put out there. Okay. Just like with productive disposition, they don't know how they're going to quantify this. They've written some standards, but the feedback that I've given the state is that unless a teacher, him or herself, are practicing these techniques themselves, or practicing some form of practice, they can't effectively lead or teach someone else's children in this. Do that. Of course, I didn't get any feedback, but that's okay, because I've turned that lack of feedback into returning to my truth. And my truth, which you are a living example of it, is that if you model the behavior and then you teach the techniques, then the outcome will be a self-sufficient adult that is not codependent on a parent. Okay?
You're going
that's
in and
the
out a little
objective,
bit.
is to educate, equip, and empower. Okay, all right. Okay. But again, what I was saying is that, okay, educate, equip, and empower. You first give the children the education. For instance, those 4 weeks, every day, we started out with week 1, 1 minute yogic breath. I explained the 1 minute yogic breath. I demonstrated it to them. We did that every class. The students then gave me their feedback on the effects. What did they notice? Now, interesting enough is they didn't notice that their grades improved. They noticed that they felt less stressed. I had one kid who initially was sitting way on the other side of the room with his head down. After 1 week, he moved over to the rest of the group. He began participating. His feedback was that he not only felt less stress at school, but he was using it at
in and out again.
home. And he said, okay, I'm sorry, y'all.
No.
Their internet is like early 2000s in the US, if you can remember. Like, there's no such thing as unlimited data. You got minutes, okay? So
we got you better now. We got you better now.
Okay, good. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
But what I was saying is that this student actually was able, when students are able to actually say, I learned this and I use this, that's how you any objectives. And the most important objective is understanding. If a student doesn't understand, but you just checked off a box to say, oh, I gave them the content, you still haven't done your job. And I'm saying that parents, it is your responsibility. Because look, Wiz will tell you, I walked into schools letting the schools know I'm the first teacher. Mm-hmm. You are a supplement to what I've already started at home. Because my kids were reading before they went to school. So don't try to slow down the progress. Stay in your lane, know your role. And I even homeschooled a couple of times with your sister. Okay? I even homeschooled. And there were people who were amazed that, one semester she got a C. Well, like I told them, she got a C because she wasn't doing her work the way up to my standard. So once she did her work up to my standard, then she earned her A. I didn't give her a C. She earned that C. So anytime that we teach our children the power of their minds, meaning, number one, identify those emotions. Become self-aware. Then when you become self-aware, your responsibility is now to manage your emotions. Because when we become aware of something, we can no longer claim ignorance of it.
Facts.
Okay? So if you know, for instance, I mean, intuitively, as you go along your journey, you can actually look at a friend request from someone. And if you're tuned in with your higher self would let you know, don't accept that friend request.
Facts.
Okay? Don't accept that friend request. But if you go ahead and say, oh, I'm going to go ahead and do it. When that person come on attacking you or anything like that, you cannot say, I didn't know. Your higher self told you. Stop lying.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to manage that, okay? Then you have where, once you're aware and you're managing yourself, responsible decision making. Again, you cannot claim to be ignorant. And especially when it comes to social situations, children will know. Heck, only thing they used to have to say to you all was, do you want me to call your mom?
Right.
That was the only thing they needed to say. And y'all straighten up like that, because yes, I would go to the school and act like a complete fool, not on the school, but on you all, because I was like, now you know, we don't play this.
Dana said,
We do not. Who?
Dana.
Dana?
Yeah.
Look, Dana has classmates from middle school who will, I would have grown people walk up to me saying, aren't you Dana's mom? And I'm like, yes. I remember you came up to the school. I remember you in the library. Yes, I'm that mom that goes into the library, and if kids are being unruly, I will check those kids.
Hey, Leo wasn't no better.
No. Well, see, that's what happens when you have one parent that works at night, one parent that's in higher ed. I only had to be on campus twice a week. If you know that any given moment we're going to pop up, why would you misbehave? Okay? And especially, we crazy. Okay? And as I told you all many times, I'm not your friend. I had friends before y'all were born. I'm your mother. And my job is to raise you. Which means that my job is to teach you how to use your mind and not be ruled by your emotions. My job is to now equip you with techniques and books. Destiny then will tell you, in the midst of me being like really upset and I'm tapping, okay? And I'm teaching them, y'all need to tap, y'all need to tap. And they're looking at me like, why can't she just be like everybody else's mom? And I'm like, because that's not who I am. And you all need to know how to manage your emotions, because after a certain period of time, you should get tired of being sick and tired.
Man.
You can have no movement. I can remember standing in Books A Million, looking at the self-help section at the books, and then realizing that there's not going to be a book that's going to do the work. I have to do the work. And it doesn't stop. You don't get a degree into your work. I mean, you don't get a degree in spiritual journeying. I mean, everybody got certificates out there now, but that certificate is no indication of your inner growth.
It's an inside job.
It's an inside job each and every way. And over and over again, as we evolve and as we grow, we will find ourselves becoming uncomfortable in a particular environment, whether it be a job, a location, anything like that. If we are not willing to expand, then we become stagnant, and then we complain. We complain about, well, if they would do this. Uh-oh. The first time you step across that threshold from you being the co-creator of your life And now having given your power to external circumstances as having more power than the power that is you? Again, what did Erykah Badu say? If we are created in his image, then who are we? That's the part that nobody, look, that's the part that nobody really wants to address. And especially because African Americans, which I don't even use that term anymore, because when I lived in Dubai, saying I was African American was like, oh, what country? I was like, oh, wow. Okay,
Do you know that
I'm
means
American.
dead? Do you know that means that if you look that up, it's dead by law? The African American and black, if you use
What
that,
is
it's
it?
actually dead by law. Those phrases are dead,
No.
like black. It means it means property. You're basically like property, and it means dead by law.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow. Well, yeah,
So
it
that's
made
why
no sense for me to say.
I started using the word melanated beings because it's our birthright anyway. So that's just me
Well,
personally.
well, you know what's interesting is that when you leave the U.S., they ask you where you're from, and when I say U.S., okay, what's interesting about it is because internationally, there's not enough of us traveling. And I know now the borders are closed, but that's the reason why I decided when the pandemic, when the pandemic hit, first of all, I was still on contract in China. It made no sense for me to go to the US where, if I needed to be teaching at 5 p.m. in China, for me to be waking up at 4:30 a.m. in the US to teach. Made no sense. So I stayed on this side of the planet. Well, as I did so, I recognized the fact that in other countries, you talk.
I think we lost you. I know you're on that island right now, and you said it's a storm out there. So I'm gonna try to X you out and bring you back in. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to bring her back. She is in Southeast Asia right now, and it's a storm there. And she said at any point in time she could lose connection. So give me 1 second. Let's try to bring her back. All right, let's try to bring her back. 3, 2, 1.
All right, there we go.
There we go. We're back.
That's why, look, you got to have that energy. I'm learning every day. I continue to learn. We are the product of our thoughts. We are not our thoughts. We are the product of our thoughts. Okay? Simple example, me and insects. I have made myself a magnet for the mosquitoes by saying they don't like me. That's reality. Attracting them. They don't like me. Okay, you say we don't like you, no, I don't say they don't like me. I say, oh, mosquitoes love me. So what happens? They just like,
coming to get you.
Coming to get me.
Love is the energy too.
Look, it's some powerful energy. And
one of the most powerful.
The universe doesn't know what our intentions are. The universe knows the energy that we attach to what we think and say.
That's why you got to
We can say, you have to be intentional and you have to be mindful in what comes out of your mouth because you're casting spells on your life. You are casting spells on your life. Complaining, you're casting a spell. When you complain about something, you're bringing more of that something into your life, regardless of you saying, well, I don't want that. The universe doesn't read, I don't want. You have to speak what it is that you want to experience. And then, this is the tricky part. Because, we're programmed to, hope for the best, but plan for the worst. First of all, hope. How do you quantify hope? You don't quantify hope. You can't put action to hope. But when you plan for the worst, you're taking your attention and you're actually doing something. You're acting you're acting, thinking that you're preventing the very thing that you're planning for. So reframe that. Instead of planning for the worst, plan for what you want, and then the universe brings you better. It brings you what is for your greatest and highest good, because you're not even you're not even giving energy to it might fail. No. The only time failure enters into any situation is if we give failure 1% of the opportunity to be a part of that equation. That's what quantum means. I saw where somebody's reading a book about quantum healing, okay? And back when you thought I was weird, remember that's when I first got into Deepak Chopra back in the early 90s, okay? And the book about quantum healing is truly about doing one thing different. It's completely changing the outcome. Statistics. You are actually looking to see which independent variable that you can add to a variable in order to cause a different outcome. So it is with our thoughts and our energy.
Yep.
If you want, what is it? We see this all the time. Expecting different by doing the same thing is the definition of insanity. So someone may say, well, I really don't like the way I think about money. So how do I change that? You have to change it by repetition. You literally have to, because this is something that happens in therapy. In therapy, you talk, okay? I can remember going to therapy, postpartum depression after that, okay? And just continuing to talk about the same thing, and I was tired of talking about it. And I actually said to the therapist, I said, when do we graduate from this? Because I'm tired of talking about the same things. What we're talking about is stuff that has happened. Do I have to wear this like a skin on me for the rest of my life and just keep talking about it?
Right.
She ended the session. She literally ended the session. Because I said, is this how you run your life? You just talk about stuff? You don't change, it's just kicking at it. Okay? Yes, you can understand, I thought this way, and so yes, that is what I am experiencing. Now, what is it that I want to create from within me? What is within me? Many of us are afraid to relax and actually idealize what we have inside of us. We have dreams, and we allow programming to tell us that our dreams won't ever come true.
Facts.
And you're right. Dreams don't come true when you're cutting them down. Dreams don't come true when you look at outside appearances and say, well, who's going to listen to me? Who am I? You are a person that is implanted within you a gift. That gift is necessary to the world. That's who you are. Not the circumstances. You are who you are. And let's be real about it. Again, made in the image of God makes you God.
100.
Okay? And being such, that means that you have to exercise those powers. If God spoke into existence this very planet, then that tells us that the power of our words is the power of our life. And that's what we need to teach our children now. when I was doing that experiment, the project at Winton Woods, I actually said to the kids, I'm teaching you things now so that you won't need a therapist later.
That's real.
All right? I said, because you all get it. Not one child questioned me about what I had been doing. If anything, if I walked in the room and acted like we weren't going to breathe that day, they would literally say, Dr. White, we're not going to breathe today. I was like, oh, okay, let's go ahead. Come on, let's breathe. Okay?
It was ready.
They was ready. And even when I taught them tapping, I would see them walking down the hallway. Somebody that made them mad at lunch and they up here doing this. I'm
Trying
like,
to
you
calm
got to
down.
tap, baby. I was like, you got to tap. Go ahead and tap, baby. Yes, go ahead and tap. Them kids was tapping. And they were telling the other teachers, when the project ended, they was like, I wish Dr. White would have us breathing again. I need that. Adults, it's harder for adults to adopt a practice because we have it so ingrained that we have to logically figure everything out. That we got to study the problem, that we got to get down to the nitty gritty of it before we can let it go. To actually say to ourselves, I'm feeling this emotion when I think about this. Can I let it go? And just answering ourselves yes or no. Just answering that question. Not in, well, I can let it go if. No, can you let it go? And when in the moment that you answer from your heart, because even if you say, no, I can't let it go, we're like, okay, well, when? When can you let it go? Again, another option to choose. I see someone says stuck in our ways. Again, that's the reason why my preferred clients are children, are teenagers. I've always worked better. And give me the ones that everybody be wanting to throw away. Give me those.
Me too.
Give me the kids. Yeah, okay? Give me those kids. Because number one, those kids will be the first ones that will tell people, Dr. White knows what she's talking about. You better listen to her. Okay? Because I'm going to keep it 100. I remember going into a school and the kids was acting like all crazy, and I just stood there and looked at them. And then I said, okay, so since y'all are determined to be on your phones, I want you to get on your phone now and Google pipeline to prison.
Because that's what they was on.
And then, okay, and it's like, Dr. White, what you saying? I said, what I'm saying is, the behavior that you're exhibiting in this classroom is exactly what you're reading about. Okay? I said, and I mean, I even broke it down. I said, let me explain something to you. For every referral that is written on you in this environment, if you leave here at this age, say you're 16, you go out here in Hamilton County and you commit a crime, they're going to decide, they're going to say, maybe we should try this child as an adult. And they go back to your school records, go through the records and decide there is no hope. We're going to try this kid as an adult.
Facts.
When I broke that down to students in the classroom, they were like, why can't you be our teacher? I was like, because they wouldn't give me a contract and I'm sitting here talking like this. I said, I need the freedom to be real with you.
Right.
I said, because whether or not you understand this equation, you need to understand the equation for the rest of your life. I said, because even I, with 3 academic degrees, those degrees are not stenciled across, they're not tattooed across my face. When they see me, they see a black woman with locks. Obviously, I'm not conventional. Okay? Obviously, I'm not trying to emulate something that I don't believe is the standard of my beauty.
Right.
And the most dangerous person in the world is the person who looks at the quote unquote majority culture and says, I love being me.
Right.
One thing I will say, and this is something that anybody and everybody who is on this IG Live, I know we have problems with the public education system in the United States, but let me explain something to you. It's not every country. Indonesia does not have free K through 12 education. And any country and culture where education is not free is a country that's going to remain a third world country. So you, as the first teacher of your children, regardless of whether you have a 4th grade education, self-education is more important than matriculating up through a degree. You can read and apply. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, they check school records. Yes,
Yeah,
they check
Toledo.
school records.
Hey, speaking of that
Yeah.
real quick, he played football for Florida State. I'm not sure what year he was there. He may be there when you were there.
Really?
Yeah, we actually met in the business some years ago, probably 7, 8 years
Because
ago.
I was there, let's see, when I was there, of course, Coach Bowden was the coach. Marvin Menace, Snoop Menace was a freshman when I was there. Peter Warwick, Ron Dugans. I worked with football. Well, you remember, I worked with football.
I know, that's
Florida
why I'm
State.
saying you may know him.
Okay.
I'll see what he says.
I mean, okay, and Wiz, you know, the stuff that I'm talking about, that was the first business, development after sports. That was you.
I remember.
Okay, you were
He
my
said
guinea
91,
pig.
94. He said 91, 94.
Oh no, he was gone before me. He was
Okay.
there, gosh. So you know Magdi. Ask him, does he know Magdi? Because I worked with Magdi.
Is that a coach?
No, Magdi was in academic support, but Magdi had played on the team too. Magdi had played. Magdi.
He can hear you. He can hear you.
Okay, yeah.
I do remember
Yeah.
you wrote that report based off of me. I do remember that.
Look, I was like, there were so many times when I was like, okay, this is science and spiritual was all in one during that era. Okay? Because you're talking that, and I had to step back and realize that I can only plant seeds. Okay? It's not up to me to determine how that seed is going to grow, because where we plant seeds, the environment. Okay? So if the soil is hard at the top and you haven't tilled that soil to turn it, then the seeds that fall on top don't have a chance to implant themselves.
Right.
But if someone comes along and then tills that soil, and that seed is still on the top, but when you turn that soil, now you've turned that seed to where it now it's in the environment to grow. It's deep enough to grow. That's what happened. People
Let me
come
ask
into
you a
our
question.
lives.
I hate to cut you off. IG only gives you
Right.
an hour. The IG only
Okay.
gives you an hour. So right now they
Okay.
give you a 2-minute warning. I have a minute and 30
Okay.
seconds left. Do you want to come
Okay.
back for a part 2?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right, guys,
Yeah,
there you have it. You know how we do it. That's the end of part 1 here, season 2, Planet Wiz, episode 19, part 1. Come right back here in about a minute, 30 seconds. Let me save this video so you guys can come back and take notes and all that good stuff. And we'll be right back. See you in 1 minute. Peace.
Okay.